Hello everyone and welcome to Aviary Attorney. This will be the game that's going to be uploaded on Tuesdays and Thursdays, which means it should be today, which means I've left this really late to record, but I had to visit family. Let me just... Gotta warm up. Gotta get into it. It's like practicing with a muscle, but I don't tend to do that a lot. Aviary Attorney is a game I bought about... I bought it in 2016, but I've never played it, which means this is very much a blind playthrough. I got it because I'd basically heard it described as Ace Attorney with birds, and I've probably mentioned it like once or twice before, but I'm a big fan of the Ace Attorney series. I've played every single one of the games, except the ones that never got released outside of Japan because... But yes... This is Aviary Attorney. And in it, all I know about it is you play a bird that's an attorney. And that is what we are going to embark upon. I thought this was a custom cursor when I was testing to try and get the sound balance right, which I hope I've gotten right. I've had to quiet this down a lot because the music it plays at the beginning where it like loads up this is very loud. Very loud. And it starts in windowed mode, which is a pain in the arse to capture properly, but anyway, yes, if it looks a tiny bit terrible, that'll be why, and I'm sorry. I'll have to see if, pardon me, my rendering does anything with that. Anyway, let us have a quick look at the options. Well, that would have helped to have known before, but that's what I get. In fact, turn down the music a slight bit. That seems to be good. Leave the rest there. This is in itself good. Yep. And let us begin our journey. In 3, 2, 1, let's go. It does look quite nice. January 1st. 1848. I hope I don't have to do voices for this. The Chateau Sien... I can't pronounce that. Baron Ragul? What? Well, I'm assuming that's... Mon Dieu! Yes, it's... set in France. Dame Costain. What it seems she's done is she's murdered that frog person. Act 1. A cat with claws. Interesting. Well, hello there, Mr. Bird Person. That's you. Sparrowson. Oh, great. Okay, hold on. I cannot do voices, but I'm gonna have to try, aren't I? Just to make it not just my voice. Oh boy. Okay, what should I give you? Sparrowson. It's midday already. Where on earth is that featherhead? Oh. Well. Look who finally decided to get up. Haven't you heard what they say about the early bird, Falcon? Ugh, too early for worms. Nope, that doesn't work. That's too gravelly, at least to me. Oh, I'm going to make so many people regret watching this. I'm sorry, everyone. No. I'll just give him my voice because that's all I can do. I've already forgotten the voice I gave Sparrowson as well. Too early for worms. Pass the... I'm gonna butcher so many of these French words. Pass the cabinet Sauvignon. There'll be time for that later. We've got some business to handle first. Business? A letter arrived while you were sleeping. I haven't opened it yet. Ah, well, that'll be good. It does look quite nice. This is all hand-drawn, correct? I think it is. It's very good. It's probably just more junk mail. Go ahead, Sparrowson. You may have the honours. Alright. Dear Monsieur Falcon, I am writing to you today because my daughter, Dame Cartline, has been arrested for a crime she did not commit. She is being held at La Concierge prison on the charge of murder, no less. Her trial is in 3 days' time. I would be greatly in your debt if you would offer her your legal aid. Yours sincerely, Senor Pro Demion of the Demio Estate. I'm just going to call you Person. Well, this is quite something. I know. Your first serious client in months! Not just that. The Demio Estate is well known for its exuberant wealth. If anyone there is French and is watching this, I am very sorry for butchering your language. Just because I'm English doesn't mean we all hate you. Well... Nah. Even if we cannot do much for Dame Carteline, his lordship would still reward us handsomely for our efforts. So we're in it for the money. Wow, so I suppose you intend on defending Dame Carteline in court? Of course! Nope. Be an arse and leave. Of course! It'd be foolish to let such a good opportunity slip through our feathers. Grab your coat, Sparrowson. We're going to find our kitty client at La Concierge. Excellent. My derriere was getting tired from all this sitting around. Oh, but I bet we'll file away Senor Demio's letter first. One moment, Falcon. Piero's letter has been added to your evidence folder. Thank you, game. Right, so at any time, click on the suitcase symbol. Let's have a look. Okay. Nearly forgot my wallet. I wouldn't want to lose that. Yeah, let's rather not. It has all your cash in, and it'd be a bit annoying to, lose it. Anyway, onwards to the prison. Again, I recall you losing it at the New Year's party, and at Christmas. Yes, all right. No need to make a list. Nope. Let's make a list. Come on. Okay, I've picked up my wallet. Is the wallet 20 francs? You may see how much money he is carrying it. Am I gonna have to buy stuff? Oh god. Let's make a move. Off we go. Oh. The map screen. Travel to any listed area by clicking location, name or map node. Interesting. Ooh. Areas with no symbol can be visited freely. Okay, I'm gonna have to manage my time in this. This is gonna be much harder than any Ace Attorney game already. I can tell that. At least traversing locations, because they're moving as a free action. You could just go anywhere you want. Especially in the later games where it just gives you the list. But here, if it's got a clock, it's gonna take a full day. Oh god, I could miss out on important clues. AA offices there and La Concierge there. It's gonna take us a whole day. For centuries, the infamous concierge prison has detained the accused and the condemned alike. I've never heard of it. Assigned stories at the Aviary Attorney offices. No case is too big or small. No junk mail. Yes, we keep getting it. And we can't exactly put up a no soliciting sign. We're lawyers. Of the feathered kind. It's a very nice transition screen. I'm good with words. Look at me, I can barely speak English, and I'm trying to say French words. I'm going to bite myself. So Falcon and Sparrowson step into the stone-cold foyer of Concierge Prison. It's definitely not Concierge, but that's what I'm going to be saying. Sun-faced guard behind the medieval archways. Ah, Concierge. They say this is the finest prison in the whole of France. The outer walls are impenetrable. The cells are spotless. The guards are well-mannered. And... what do you want? That's it. Good day, monsieur. I am here to see Dame Carteline Demio. I am due to represent her in court. Oh, you're a lawyer, huh? Fine, fine. Follow me. Yeah, that voice fits. Well, what are you waiting for? Keep up. What a fine fellow. Okay. Let's have a go. My papa hasn't forgotten about me, has he? This will sound nothing like a woman. Dame Carteline Demio, I suppose. You've arrived! The fantastic lawyer, Monsieur Falcon, and his petite assistant, Sparrowson. Milady is knowledgeable. Don't talk like that, Sparrowson. Sorry. My papa told me he would hire only the best lawyers in town. I'm flattered. But they weren't available at such short notice, so he hired the first people in the address directory. Oh. You see, Falcon, I told you listing under Aviary Attorney would pay off. Shut up, Sparrowson. Let's get down to business. To defeat the Huns? No, it's too early for that. Dame Cartline, could you fill us in on some details? Your father's letter was a little brief. I can do my best. What is it you want to know? Wanted to know. Well, okay, what happened on the night of the murder? That's a good baseline of events to start on. What exactly happened on the night of the murder? Oh, let me think. It was Friday evening. Me and my papa had arrived at Château That! At the chateau! The home of Great Baron the Great Baron, yes. My papa spent all evening talking with Monsieur Grenouille and the Baron about business stuff. Already suspicious. Business stuff? Well, the three of them own a railway company together. So all throughout dinner, they were talking about company shares and investments. But I didn't really understand most of it. I'm gonna so regret listening back to this. But after dinner, this man with a camera took our photograph. That was a lot more fun. Sorry, man with the what took your what? Camera! It's a very new gadget. A tiny bug sits in a box with a tiny paintbrush and paints your picture very fast. So it's like the Discworld cameras where they just have like a tiny goblin thing, I think, in it, sit and paint. But very interesting. In 10 minutes, poof, you have a perfect picture. Wow, technology is amazing. I don't think the lady's explanation is right, Sparrowson. Okay, sure. Let me believe. Still, the camera sounds like a very special device. I'll make a note of it. Let's take a look at it then. A photographer named Robito attended the banquet. He probably did it. Please continue, Dame Cartline. So after we had the photograph, I went into the gardens to get some air, and that's where I found the body of Monsieur Grenouille. He was all ripped open. A housemate saw me standing over the froggy Monsieur and called for help, and then the police arrived. Before I could say anything, I ended up here. It was such a blur. It must have been terrifying. It wasn't so bad. My papa taught me how to be a brave cat. Was there something else you wanted to ask, Monsieur Falcon? Who was there? Dame Cartline. Who attended the banquet that evening? Well, there was me and my papa. My dearest mamam couldn't make it. And there was Baron Regule, who hosted the dinner, and his housemaid. Caroline, I think she was called. Of course, there was Monsieur Grenouille. Well, until, he died. And there was Monsieur Roberto de Robino, the man with the camera, but he was only there for a little while. I'm assuming he's a Robin. I think that was all. Was there anything else you wanted to ask? You see anything? Dame Cartline, did you see anything suspicious that evening? Suspicious? Like, maybe a guy lurking in the shadows, or a bloodied murder weapon. Monsieur Falcon, I do believe you're looking for an easy answer. You got me. Yep, sorry. Just wanted the easy answer, It's always nice to just have everything and know the answers already. Damn it, I've got to actually do my job. Oh. I hope you pay me well for this. I did not see anything, I'm afraid. What are you talking about being paid for an easy job? Nothing. The evening was very normal. The food was delicious. The conversation was boring. It was all very ordinary until the incident. Go high pitch there. I see. Wait, Falcon, you missed something of huge importance. I did? Dame Cartline, you said the food was delicious. But you didn't say what food it was! You and your damn stomach. I'm gonna have to bat you around the head, aren't I? Let me see. We had poached red herring to start, garnished with garlic butter.
Go on.
Then a marbled steak, served perfect bloody rare.
Glorious. Falcon, write this down. What?
Sparrowson, this can't possibly be relevant to the case. Stop thinking with your gut and think with your head, man. Bird. Person.
Write it all down, please. For me.
Fine, fine, you gluttonous bastard.
Oh my... Red herring has been added.
Bloody red steak
Has been added. This is a red herring.
I gathered. Dame Cartline ate a bloody red steak at the banquet. Watch this actually be important and not a red herring at all. It's actually carp. Sparrowson, remind me not to let you talk to clients on an empty stomach. Come to think of it, I did find it a little strange that we weren't given any cutlery.
No cutlery? Even for the steak? That's a bit odd.
No? You'd think the great Baron of Chateau Srien would have glorious silverware, but there was none to be seen.
That is a little peculiar, just a tad.
Sorry about that, I had a slight interruption. So for it lingered for a little while there and you heard knocking if I didn't cut it out. It was there. Was there anything else you wanted to know, Monsieur Falcon?
No, I think that'll be all. So what's the plan now, Falcon? The way I see it, we have two important tasks. We should head to Chateau Srien to try and see the scene of the murder for ourselves, and we should track down the supposed photographer, Monsieur Roberto de Rubino. 2 days for 2 tasks. Seems doable. But we should head back and get some rest first. We have a lot of work ahead of us.
Wait, Monsieur Falcon. Before you go, you do believe in my story, don't you?
I believe in justice.
Dame Cutline, I believe that a fair trial can draw the truth from any situation. I believe in justice. That's good to hear.
You're not wrong, Falcon. But that's not what the lady needed to hear. You might want to work on being less of a... how to put it?
Phil's depute.
I assume that means arse. If serving justice makes me a
Phil's depute, then I'll wear that title proudly.
Dame Cotline, Monsieur Grenouille, Baron Frogule. These names are all getting a bit confusing, aren't they?
Not particularly. Speak for yourself, mate.
Well, it is for me. I'm going to start compiling a Facebook that doesn't steal data, so that we can keep track of who everyone is. A what? A what? A Facebook! It's a collection of people's names, pictures and descriptions in one easy-to-carry catalogue.
I think I understand. The name could use a little work, though. Sparrowson has started compiling a Facebook. The Aviary Attorney himself. Yeah, it's just a bit, biased to the author. Falcon's suave and courageous lucky. What a handsome fellow! Pure Dimhow. The wealthy father, Dame Cartline. Pure hired us to defend Dame Cartline in court. Quark. An ill-mannered jailkeeper seems to feel disgust for criminals, and for animals in general. Cartline Demio. The elegant bourgeois daughter of Signor Piotr Demio. She has been accused of murdering Monsieur Grenouille, the froggy businessman who was murdered at Chateau Sinier, a colleague of Piotr and Rogiel. Okay, there's a lot of faces. I'm assuming this goes over the entire game, in which case, wow. Anytime we're clicking on... Let's make a move. Okay, so to get some rest first, a new day. Saves automatically at the start of each new day. Good to know. But you can also make a quick save anytime we're saying slave and quit from the pause menu. The cog up there that I'm noticing. Or the escape key. So it won't take a day to get back to the AA offices, so let's go and have a quick talk with Sparrowson.
Falcon, why are you back in your office? We have a case to solve. I was just procrastinating.
Well, stop it! We need to get back to helping Dame Cotline. Alright, I'm ready. Let's go! Okay, where do we go? The murder scene? Or the photographer? Well, before any more time passes, we should probably get to the Hold on, my head itches. Sorry.
I'm not a professional, nor do I pretend to be. We should get to the murder scene first. Much more important. Falcon and Sparrowson enter the courtyard outside Chateau Syrienne. People with dirty clothes and gaunt faces linger around the building's shadows. Excusez-moi, messieurs. I don't mean to be a pain, but my little guy and I are sick and starving, see? I don't suppose you'd have to have some spare change? You have 20 francs in the wallet. What will you do? I will give... I'm charitable. But 10's a bit much. I'll give a franc. Here you go. Here you go. Stay safe, madame. Many thanks to you, messieurs. That was pretty generous of you, Falcon. Times are tough. Making sure a mother and child have something to eat is the least I can do. But what am I doing standing here moralizing? Come on, Sparrowson. We have got business to attend to. The game is afoot. Falcon and Sparrowson step into the pristine wood-panelled foyer of Chateau Syrienne. Whoa, look at this place. Baron Regule must be loaded. More than loaded. When it comes to lucrative investments, the Baron is a legend. Factories, chocolate shops, hotels, railroads. The Baron owns a little bit of everything this side of the Seine. Is he here right now? Yes, he's a smug-looking chap with the impressive mane. But we must approach a man of his stature with tact and finesse. Hey, Baron! We'd like a word! How's that? Sparrowson, you have the finesse of an inebriated warthog. You can thank me later. I think I got his attention. Did I hear my name? Great Baron Regule, property owner extraordinaire, at your service. And who might you fellows be? More investigators? This guy's gotta be grandiose. Listen to that music. No, we're attorneys. Not quite. I'm a private attorney, JayJay Falcon, and this is my associate, Sparrowson. Lawyers, eh? You know, you aren't the first to have passed through here today. Oh? Yes. This jumpy, twitchy fellow came by this morning, asked us a bunch of questions, then hopped away before he heard the answers. Most curious. That's suspect. Do you know who he was, Sparrowson? Perhaps. I have a hunch we'll be seeing him at the trial. A friend of yours? Something like that. So what may I do for you, messieurs? We're doing some research on Monsieur Grenouille, the frog who was killed here on Friday evening. Of course. Such a tragedy. He was a good friend and a loyal business partner. I suppose you messieurs will be wanting to see the crime scene for yourselves? Actually, yes, that would be fantastic. Well, be my guest. You will find the garden where the murder occurred through the back doors. You may also be interested in the lounge on the second floor, third door to the right. That will be where we gather for a group photograph prior to the... unfortunate incident. Oh, can we see the finished photograph? I am afraid not. It is my understanding that a photograph must be developed before it can be viewed. It's a slow process. My own copy of the photograph is to be delivered in 3 days' time. My voice keeps going gravelly on that line. That's no good to us. The trial might be over by then. Nonetheless, we appreciate your hospitality. Thank you, Baron. It's no trouble at all. I'll be here to see you out when you're done with your investigations. So, where should we go first? Well, the lounge where it was taken, we're in the main hall. Let's go to the garden, because that's where the guy died. From what we saw from the image at the beginning, we can see it was stabbing. Torn open. Dame Cartline said that she found Monsieur Grenouille on the stairs by the fountain, so this must be the very spot where the murder took place. Hey, Falcon, do the crime scene investigation thing. The crime scene investigation thing? Yeah, you know, that thing we get all eagle-eyed and analyse every object in excruciating detail. I'll be doing that a lot. You mean search for evidence? Yeah, do that. Yeah, I've lost his voice already. Yeah, yeah, do that. That's not a bad suggestion. It won't be the first time the Parisian police have missed something right under their noses. scrutinize on the scenery of the room. Okay, click no interest, and I'll examine it in closer detail. But enough, or when you find nothing else, click the top, the X, top right. Well, let's have a look. Let's have a look here first. Another beautifully made horse statue. You know, my uncle once had a horse that refused to eat hay. Oh, that's unfortunate. Yep, eventually we realised he was just filling up on horse de view. Hors d'oeuvres. Terrible. Selection area. The fountain itself. This fountain is finely crafted. It's solid, carved marble. That can't have been cheap. I see nothing but water in the bottom of the lower basin. It's a shame we can't see inside the upper basin from here. That would be a perfect place to quickly stash a murder weapon. That's actually not a terrible line of reasoning. We ought to wait in to take a close look, just to be sure. Yeah, I suppose we should. Oh, I apologise. I wasn't being direct enough. What I meant to say was, Sparrowson, go wade into the fountain and take a closer look inside the upper basin. Me? No way! If you want to go wading, do it yourself. I'm a respectable lawyer. You can't expect me to roll up my trousers and paddle around in a fountain like a duck in a lake. Yeah, well, you don't pay me enough to justify getting my sweet threads wet. Look, there's only one reasonable way to settle this. We'll flip for it. Flip for it? Yep, I'll flip this 1 franc coin. You call the outcome. Get it wrong, and you go for a swim. So what'll it be? Heads or tails? Napoleon face or plant squiggles? Let's go heads. Put it all on heads. Don't let me down, old emperor. Here I go. Also, Napoleon's face was a human's face. Okay. It's tails. Roll up your pantaloons, Falcon. You're going for a swim. Gah, fine. Hold my shoes. Falcon really should learn how to spot a rigged coin flip. I almost feel bad for cheating. Almost, but not quite. Almost. Ah, you're back. Have a good swim? No, I'm a bird, not a fish. But I did find a mystery item in the upper basin. It's no murder weapon, though. What is that? What is that? It's brown and sticky, and it smells weird. Don't tell me you picked up a... No. Very wet cigar butt? Possibly belonged to Baron Yule? Correct. But that shouldn't be too surprising. It is his house, after all. The Sparrowson wasn't getting to that, Falcon. I'll stash it in the evidence folder, just in case. There we go. Let's have a look at it. Arrange with a little wading. That'll be important later on. Is there anything else we need to do here? Oh yes, of course. Gotta look at everything. A finely crafted horse statue. The mane almost looks lifelike. Would you say it behooves you to stroke it? No. No, I would not. Sparrowson, stop or I'm going to strangle you. I assume that's blood. A horse statue. This one has a goofy face. That reminds me of a joke. A horse walks into a bar, and the barkeeper says, "Why the long face?" Yes, we've all heard that one. What? No, the barkeeper says, "You've got to stop coming here. You're drinking us under the stable." Okay, that one's actually pretty funny. I think it's time to rein in the horse you just made one yourself. Anywhere else? That one. Oh my god. Baron Rick certainly likes his horse statues. I don't mind the horse statues, but the little churro people creep me out. Baby should be waddling, not attempting saddler's horseback riding. Ah, wasn't a joke, that one. Very nice. Here. Dried blood on the staircase. This must be where Monsieur Grenouille died. Do you see any bloody footprints? Ooh, or maybe a name scrawled in blood written with the frog's last breath. Wishful thinking. All I'm seeing here is a big sticky puddle. There's nothing to indicate that the body was moved or that the frog left a last-minute clue. All I can make out from the bloody mess is that Monsieur Grenouille was attacked and killed on the staircase. Well, I think we've examined everything here. I think we're done here. Good call. But I'm sure you don't want to take another dip. We still have time. Don't push your luck. Seriously, Sparrowson, you can stop. Let's have a look in the lounge now. I assume that's a... Yeah, that's a giraffe. Okay, hello. Second floor. third door on the right. This must be the room where the photograph was taken. Psst! Hey!
Falcon, did you see that?
See what?
The housemaid totally did something shifty.
Shifty?
I think she just pocketed something from the drawer. You should totally call her out on it.
Excuse me, mademoiselle.
Ah! Yes? Are you two policemen?
No, we're private attorneys. My name is JayJay Falcon. And I'm Sparrowson. Yeah, let's go for more kind of voice.
Oh, how rude of me. My name is Colleen Doha. So, what can I help you, messieurs, with today?
We're investigating the murder that took place last week. Last week? We left it a bit late.
Well, the letter got sent to us a bit late, didn't it?
Do you mind if we ask you a couple of questions?
That's fine. Just let me just grab a chair. Grab a chair. That's better. What is it you wanted to ask?
This voice is gonna kill my throat. But my throat is already hurting. I need a drink. I'll be right back. I'm gonna have to splice 3 files together. Okay, I return with water from the tap because I burp less from it, and it's, you know, water. It helps, you know, make the throat not rough. That's better. What is it you wanted to ask? I'm giving her too masculine a voice there.
Well, what is it you wanted to ask?
Is this where the photograph was taken? We're looking for the room where the photograph was taken prior to the incident. Would you happen to know whether this is the right room?
Oh, you're in the... Oh, yes, you're in the right place. I saw the photography session for myself. Let's see. The camera was standing... just about where you're standing, actually, Monsieur Falcon.
And where was the camera pointed?
Right at the clock above the mantelpiece. The Barry insisted on using that very location.
Now I'm looking at it, something isn't right about that clock. I know, that painting on it totally clashes with the decor. I was thinking along more obvious lines. The clock has no hands.
Oh, that clock has never had hands in all the years I've worked here. I think Baron Rigule just keeps it around as a conversation piece.
Well, we're conversing about it, so I guess it's working. It's a peculiar detail, though. I'll make a note of it. Place that. Has no hands. That'll be an important detail to note. Thank God for this.
Is there something else you wanted to ask?
Is there something we should know? Ooh, sorry. Yeah. You were a little nervous when we came in. You thought we were police officers. Is there something we ought to know? Anything you need to confess?
No, I suppose I'm just a little nervous after all the drama of last week.
No, you're hiding something, Missy. Are you sure there isn't any? Are you sure there isn't anything you're hiding? It's okay to tell us. We're defense attorneys. That means we help people get away with criminal acts. Right. And wait, what? No, that's not an accurate job description, Sparrowson. Isn't it? Oh, what do we do then? I'll tell you later.
Honestly, messieurs, I have nothing to hide. Was there something else you wanted to ask?
That's all. She's definitely hiding something. No further questions. Thank you, mademoiselle. You've been a huge help. Not really. You fucking suck and I hate voicing you.
It's no problem, messieurs. Actually, there is something.
Okay, now maybe.
I know you two saw me stealing
As you came in.
I appreciate you didn't give me the 3rd degree about it. You see, I'm trying to follow my dreams and... well, never mind, I'm rambling.
It's no problem, mademoiselle. To be honest, we have much larger crime to worry about. Although, I should probably ask, I don't suppose you've been stealing anything else? Silverware, perhaps?
Ah, do you know about that? Yeah, I suppose that was me. It's not with a couple of teaspoons. I don't think the Baron will miss those. But, well, yeah, I suppose that has gone a little away from me.
That's one mystery solved at least. That's going to get brought up in court and you're going away for a little while.
I would appreciate it if you didn't tell the Baron. He's been really kind, and I would hate to break his trust.
I see. In that case, why don't you just tell him you're a bit strapped on cash, and you don't want to have to, and you'd like to see if you could maybe do some extra jobs around the manor to earn a little bit extra pay, or if you wouldn't mind, you know, you going out to find another job on the side. He seems like a reasonable fellow. I'm sure he'd happily pay you a tiny bit extra. So, where to next, Big Bird? Let's go back to the main hall. Did you Messieurs have a good look around? I trust everything was in order. We had a good look. Thank you, Baron. But we actually have some questions for you. Please, ask away. I have nothing to hide. About your... what happened on the night of the murder? Baron Regule, I would like to ask you about your activities on the night of the murder. Oh ho, am I in trouble? Not at all. No, nothing like that. We're just gathering the full picture. I see. Well, let me think. The guests arrived... Yes, us! The guests arrived at 5 o'clock, and we all sat down for dinner in this very hall at 6. That part went magnificently. The photographer arrived at 7 o'clock, but it wasn't until 7:30 that we had our picture taken. My housemaid discovered the crime scene soon after that. I see. Is there something else I can help you Messieurs with? About your housemaid. Your housemaid, Colleen to Heart. She's a courteous young lady, isn't she? Yes, she was quite evil. We won't tell him. We've got bigger fish to fry. Like the red herring. Yes, she's more than willing to help us with our investigation. I'm glad to hear it. Do you two want to ask something else? We'll be leaving now. I think that will be all, Baron. Thank you very much for your time. It was a pleasure. Have a delightful day, Messieurs. I think I'm gonna... Did you get all the information you need, Falcon? I hope so. Don't worry. If everything goes wrong in the trial, we could always just... wing it! Terrible. Just terrible. I can't help but smile at that. Let's head back to the office and get some rest. A new day. January 5th, 1848. Well, the chateau's good. We've now got to investigate the photographer. Maybe by today the photograph will be, developed. So this is the studio of the famous photographer. Shall we knock? Wait, there's a note on the door. The magnificent and marvellous artist, Monsieur Roberto Tirabino, is currently out on an artistic expedition. He shall return when his muse sees fit. He's fucked off. That's basically what happened. He's fucked off. When his muse sees fit? What does that even mean? I think it means he's a pretentious bird brain. But in any case, the artist seems to be out. What shall we do now? We should knock anyway. We spent a whole day coming here. We might as well try. Where's my mouse? Keep my mouse catches. So there we go. Got to approach from the top. We should knock anyway. All right. I don't see the harm. Nope. Doesn't look like he's in, Falcon. We should break in. I can't. Well, it auto saved at the beginning of the day, so just in case. We should break in. We should break in. What? Are you serious? Maybe? Monsieur JayJay Falcon, I'd have thought that a man of justice like yourself would be against such a reckless display of unlawful barbarianism. You're right. I'm sorry. I don't know what came over. It's a brilliant suggestion. Stand back. I'm barging the door down. He did it. Wait, just like that? Shouldn't we discuss this first? Well, we can't use anything we get here now in court now, because it's not applicable evidence. Unless 1848 France was a bit more lax on that. What in bird Jesus' name was that? You say you wanted to break in. I thought we could find an open window. I didn't think you were turned into a bird-sized cannonball. Well, now we're here, we ought to make the most of it. This place is quite something. It's very... swanky? Oh, it's Falcon speaking. I was going to say ostentatious. That's just swanky talk for swanky. We don't have time for this. The sound of a door being smashed could be drawing unwanted attention. We should find anything that may help our case and get out. Well, let's have a look around. Where should we present first? There's some in here. I see paints, inks, and dyes. I'm not quite sure what the clear liquid in this bottle is. I could taste test it. You could, but we don't have time for a hospital visit right now. Nor the Franks. So let's not. I see a finely dressed dandy fellow upon a horse. There are a lot of horses in this case. A chandelier! You should get one of those for the office. I don't have the money for that sort of luxury. The music's getting really loud, but the audio levels look okay. I hope I'm still legible, even if no one wants to hear me. This appears to be a photograph of a ladder, symbolic of climbing towards success, perhaps? It looks more like a stepladder. Yes! Even in other games, the stepladder conversation continues. It's totally a stepladder, by the way. Totally a stepladder. Oh, no, we're not getting into that old argument. I agree with Sparrows and Falcon. Stop judging things off narrow-minded cultural assumptions. A beautiful picture of the Paris skyline. Given the angle, this has been taken from the Notre Dame Cathedral itself. This is a photograph of a castle somewhere in the countryside. You know, I once had an uncle who fell off a castle rampart while on guard duty. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Did he die? No, he got demoted. Terrible. Oh, hey, the custom mouse has finally kicked in. A butterfly. Or maybe a moth. It's difficult to tell in black and white. A lighthouse? No, wait, it's a man in a top hat. Actually, if I swim and turn my head sideways, it's a black smudge, Falcon. Anything else? There's all that. This is a tiny photograph of what appears to be a jail cell. That reminds me. How illegal is this? You know, breaking and entering, rifling through a person's belongings is pretty illegal. It's cool, we're lawyers. It's okay. I recently passed an amendment that allows for the proportionate amounts of property damage in the pursuit of criminal evidence. I don't think that's correct, but your use of legal jargon makes me have faith in your credentials. It sounds like you're starting to learn the finer points of the French justice system, Sparrowson. Just pretend it's okay, use enough legal jargon, and it's okay. This is a picture of a fence. It's a fancy photograph. It leaves the viewer defenseless. Out of all the pictures here, I would pick it as my favourite. Okay, I'm done. No more fence puns. You overdid it. A picture of a sailing ship on a windy night. That's it? Oh. Didn't miss that. I see a bourgeois tigress in profile. Anything else? Just the door. And the things keep. Hey, Falcon, look! What? It's just an easel. No, look what's on the easel. Oh, we're looking at that, not the door. Oh, wow. This must be a copy of the photograph from the evening of the murder. There's no question about it. I see a housemaid, Dame Carteline, and I think that's Seigneur Potard, Cataline's father. So what should we do? Do we just take this? We should... Well, it's more evidence, so we should take it. We've come this far. We may as well borrow it. Borrowed. Borrowed indeed. Is there anything else we need to do here? Not that I can see. I think we're done snooping. Let's get out of here before we draw any further attention to ourselves. Sounds good to me. Uh-oh.
Oh, mon Dieu! What happened to my door?
Let's lie. Let's lie.
Some kids did it. Little weasel types. We saw them. Yeah, weasels. They were like, let's break into this art guy's house. And we were like, no, weasels. You cannot do that because that would be illegal. And then they were like, we chased them off. That's the important thing. Well, thank you, I suppose. Let's make a move. Trial day's approaching fast. Right, let's go. We didn't even question the guy. It's gonna come out we broke into the house. Okay. A pleasure of the series of crimes. Well, everyone, I think I'm gonna cut it off there. We've gone for a decent amount of length now, I'd say. And I assume once we go there, we'll be beginning the trial of this episode. I want to thank you all for watching. It has been a pleasure to continue with this, and I shall see you next time. Goodbye.